Today we are going to be talking about the 1996 film Fear. Let's get right into it. I will say this is a horror movie, and not in a scary horror monster way, but in a reality way. So let's start by talking about our main character, not protagonist, David McCall. David... There's somebody at my door right now. David McCall is a very psychotic person. Okay, they keep going at it. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, okay. Alright, I'm coming. Alright, hey, chill out with the doorbell. It all could have ended differently, Mr. Walker. You should have allowed nature to take its course. In the end, it will anyway. So let me in the fucking house! Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about the film Fear, released in 1996. Specifically, the character David McCall. Before I get into this video, I would like to warn you that this is a very sensitive topic. Abusive boyfriend. That's what the movie's about. And stalking. This character is a psycho. So they go to this party, and off the bat, David's already creeping up on her, and he seems nice. I mean, he's quiet, but he seems harmless. He doesn't really do anything initially, but he does talk very odd. Like, he's very soft-spoken, and so they get out, and they get privacy, and they go to the top of the building. There, they basically run away because there's kind of a little bit of a riot going on at that party. So then they escape and they go on their own time, and yeah. They eventually start getting comfortable with another, and they basically establish, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. They go to a carnival, they hang out more. David meets the family. David kind of gets a little too close to the wife of Mr. Walker, which was really odd. He basically kind of bitches Mr. Walker. By the way, I keep saying I'm gonna try not to say that. I say that a lot in my videos. Let's lock in. I'm trying to show showmanship to the audience. Mr. Walker goes for a run in the opening scene of the film, which I thought could represent foreshadowing. Like, he's very protective. He could chase down David later because he's going to need to do that. The table turns when Nicole invites him over at a later time. I know he strategized this because David's a little sneaky and he likes to touch clocks, and he put his fingers all over the clocks, which set Mr. Walker back an hour, resulting in him being late. So him and his wife go, leaving Nicole home alone, and that's when David seizes the opportunity and bangs her. Yes, he enters the house, goes upstairs while she's sleeping. This is the problem. She was sleeping, which means it was a surprise, and he basically started when she was unconscious. And then he banged her. He snuck in, he went in the room, and banged her. And I'm saying this multiple times so that the people at YouTube HQ can get a hold of their nutsack and not shadow ban this video. CEO, I said it. He banged her. Having said that, the story starts to progress, and this is when things start to fall off. Nicole has two friends. She has a girl, who we'll talk about in a moment, and a gay cuddle buddy Care Bear boy. And I call him a gay cuddle buddy Care Bear boy because he resembles a gay best friend that many females would probably have in this situation. Yeah, I don't know why she was getting a hug from this male friend. He gets punched by David McCall because he sees her, hops out of his vehicle, punches him in the back of the head, which is wild. And then she tries to get him off, and then he bitch slaps her like he's her manager, like she's his prostitute. He just like that. Oh, that was very emotional. David punches her gay cuddle buddy boyfriend, smacks her in the face. Now this is when it should have ended here. Like the movie should have ended here. But Nicole, she's so brainwashed because she's a sensitive, emotional female in this, cartoon universe. And she's like, no, I like David. He didn't mean to hit me. And her dad should have acted on this more, because her dad was basically like, no, David, you gotta stay away. We're done with you. You hit my daughter. And if it was me, another thing about this movie made me not want to have kids. That's how scary it was, because watching this from a father's perspective, it must be horrifying. I mean, there's so many dangers that your daughter has to worry about. And you are the only barrier between her and absolute demolition. And David resembles the absolute demolition because he has BPD. He carved her name on his chest. He put her face on Jesus. He has an entire shrine dedicated to Nicole because he's obsessed. He's a stalker. And there are many stalkers in media like Joe Goldberg. But this one, though, he's different because he's just violent in a very brief, short time period. Like less than 3 days, he's already acting up on her. And he's also hanging out with a lot of bad people. These guys commit crimes. They're basically like a Clockwork Orange, right? He's basically like Alex DeLarge. And I'll be honest, in regards to safety of the daughter and from a father's perspective, here's the truth about this situation of fatherhood and protection. If I was a father and I had a daughter and I saw me, not David, if I saw me walking down the street and I had a daughter, I'd be like, go away, stay away from him. I would never, and I tell this directly to all the fathers watching this right now, if you're watching my video, if you have a daughter and you see me, make sure she stays far, and I mean far, away from me as long as humanly possible. I pray and I put my hands together, keep her away from me. Having said that, David ends up trying to track her down and kind of say sorry. He goes into a woman's bathroom and corners her into a stall. Now that's some super villain bullshit right there. What is wrong with you, man? Going into a bathroom stall, a female bathroom stall, and cornering her into a bathroom stall? I judge you for that. You suck, you freaking weirdo. Trying to take a piss in a female's toilet. Go take a piss in your male toilet. How about that? Where there's no barriers and you can just literally go piss next to the guy and look at his freaking penis, be like, nice job, you've been eating a lot of protein. Like, bro, what? Why are you in a female's bathroom? They proceed to the next arc, which is her friend gets R-bombed. I'm sorry. YouTube, please don't fuck me over. Okay, it's freedom of speech. I said it. Her friend gets R-bombed by David, but because Nicole is so brainwashed, she actually projects her hatred onto her friend because David's so magical. Okay, he is such a Chad-light god. Okay, perfect bone structure, perfect brow, perfect hunter eyes, hollow cheeks, big muscular body, 19-inch dingling. He has to keep that in a rubber band. He has the gum fruit in his lower half of his body. David starts chasing down her friend, Nicole's friend that he basically assaulted, and starts trying to blackmail her and scare her and basically almost murders her on the road, driving like a maniac, which I'm not surprised because the actor, what's his name? Mark Wahlberg's from Massachusetts. And so I can't be surprised. When I saw him driving on the opposite side of the road to basically talk to her like, hey, what's up? I'm like, it's another masshole. The movie starts to progress when we start to see tension between the father and David. Those are the two warring sides. We got Nicole in the middle and the two warring sides, David and Mr. Walker, or Stephen Walker. Stephen basically goes up to David's like, you stay away from my daughter, I'm gonna chop off your nuts. And then he starts, acting big and tough, and then he walks away in his car, and David starts being like, blackmail time, I'm gonna frame you, and he starts doing this until there's like a bruise, and he starts to frame the father into thinking that he punched him or something like that, and I think there is a restraining order against him for whatever plot reason. So then the father's like, you know what, enough is enough. So the father goes to David and his roommate's house, destroys the whole place, and then once he sees the shrine of Jesus Nicole, he's like, and he's like, no. He goes crazy nuts. And I don't blame him. I mean, you need to let it out. Anger must be met with destruction. Watch my other video. These guys find out. They're like, we know who did it. David's like, I know who did it. It's Mr. Walker. So he goes to Mr. Walker's house and he rings the doorbell and he says, I'm gonna bang your wife, Mr. Walker. And he almost did. He probably could have, because his wife is honestly very unfaithful. I would never trust her. She's very immature. She's actually a bad mother, horrible parent. Horrible stepmother. She might as well just be a demonic witch, and her soul's just trapped in a dungeon somewhere in freaking Antarctica, and you gotta go under the hollow earth and go fight Godzilla in order to retrieve it back, because she's just such a demonic entity that has no empathy inside of her soul, and she's just a vicious, zealous person that we need to stay as far away from, because she's a toxic element called radioactive cancer, and she just sucks her teeth into anything that she can. But you know what I mean? She's very toxic. The final scene of the movie is the break-in scene, the home invasion. David and his guys show up to the Walker house and do something very, very, very awful. The Walker family has a pet dog, and they lure the dog into going outside, and then when David sees the dog, like, come here, come here, come here, he cuts off the dog's head and throws it in the house. And the little boy sees it. They have a little boy, and you can just see the little boy's now shell-shocked from seeing his dog's head on the floor. The director, you guys were on crack when you guys were making this movie. What are you thinking? You're gonna cut off a dog's head and then show it to a boy? They end up going inside the house, and the final fight interaction between David and the father and Nicole starts. Nicole has this sharp object that they got from the carnival earlier in the movie, and she pierces it through David, through the back of his torso, through the chest, while he has her father at gunpoint, which is like, finally, Nicole, fight back for your rights. We're all like, yay! And then Mr. Walker gets the upper hand, grabs him, pushes him off Nicole's, like, get off my daughter! Hands off, boy! The only person who can touch her is me! And then he throws him out the window, and David plops on the ground. Now, that is how you end a movie. We're not doing no prison time, though. You are going bye-bye under the ground. Let the worms eat your soul. And the movie ends. And I consider that a happy ending, because some people need to go. Not me, though, because I get the pass. You will never find out. You can't prove the type of man I am. You can't prove shit, cornball. Interesting cinema. And I say he is the most professional rage baiter in all of film history, because he managed to drive a family so crazy, especially a father so crazy, retaliate, and just cause absolute chaos in the family. I felt really bad for the father, because even his own daughter turned on him because she's easy. That's a very easy woman. Don't say that Nicole's not easy because she screamed when he cornered her in the bathroom stall. Let's be honest. He's a good-looking man, so he gets away with a lot. And unfortunately, this happened to a very good, honest, hardworking man who has an ungrateful wife, a stupid daughter, a beheaded dog, and a Boy Scout-looking son, who for some reason actually helped them out. He had his own moment, time to shine, and it's great. It's a great film. Really, I'll be honest though, I can't feel that bad for the dog. I've had bad experiences with dogs, especially when I was little, but now that I'm older, I can stand up against them and be like, you're my bitch now, dog. Woof, woof. So guys, have a great night, and I wish you all luck.